Thank y'all so much. If you ever traveled on trains or spent any time in your life on trains, this next song's for you. I did the same. Now, don't get me wrong, folks. I don't condone or think it's smart to travel on trains, because you shouldn't do that unless you're ready to die horribly. Many of the friends that I did that with are gone. Not because it's cool or not because something awesome happened. It's because they died somewhere horribly and died in the dark. So remember, folks, train traveling is really fun and cool, but don't do it unless you are ready to die and no one to know where you ended up. I did it for many years and learned a lot, some of the best times of my life. But if I hadn't put it down, I wouldn't be here to play music for you today. And the day I decided to put it down, I wrote this song. And sometimes, folks, you know, the greatest things in life we have to control, because you love something too much, it'll kill you. But if you love trains too, all I can tell you, or the only wisdom I can give you, is don't tell other people to make those fucking mistakes. Too far gone and left out alone. You had known that I ain't got no home, but I'll know, my friend. Thanks, guys. Y'all are great. There's someone out there specifically that showed me some dedication that I appreciate. They got a tattoo of one of our singles, and that's pretty rad, and I do appreciate that. And I hope in 20 years you don't regret that. We'll try to do our best, folks. She got one of my clown drawings. Clowns are very important to me. Clowns are not just an image. Clowns are not just something you see. Clowns for me, I think, in my opinion, a lot of people fear clowns because clowns are brave. Clowns are confident. Clowns don't give a fuck what you think. And they never have. And it's always been something I connect with and I care about. This next song, it's kind of about love, folks. Love is hard. And there are a lot of times in this world where you have to die for the things you love. And we're lucky to live in a time where it's not as available, which is very good. We don't have to die for the choices we make. But there's many people throughout history that have had to die for the love that they had, the love they believed in. And the many years that I traveled on the road, I did find a family, and I learned quite a bit about a certain family that lost everything for love. And this next song is for them. It's called Inbred.
But it didn't matter what band said, Inbred. I had you laying in my bed with breast stain to my head. I'll hold you till we're dead. Oh, Inbred.
Mason, ladies and gentlemen. One of the best men out there. I'm good at breaking strings, and this boy's always good at playing me off. I always think if I break a string, it means it's a good show. That's usually how that works. If you're gonna restring them for me. That's the deal. We ain't played on the baby in a while either. There aren't many times in your life where you can just tell a guy, hey, play me off, and he's able to do it. I love you, Daniel. Let's play a game, folks. Who's married? Anybody married out there? The brave testimony that is marriage, or are we all trying to catcall tonight? Oh, good, okay. There's a couple married folks.
What's wrong with them?
Well, nothing. This song's about being married. And this song's about being with somebody that you realize you might have to kill. So I spent many years, I haven't always been a performer. I used to be a school teacher. And when I was a school teacher, I spent quite a bit of time in the library. And when you're working in the library quite a bit, I used to like to meet microfilm, because I'm not your average Southern man. Like I said, I was a clown, I was a cowboy, I was also an educator. I like to read. So I used to read old microfilm, and I found this couple, right? 62 years of marriage, folks, and they killed each other on the same day. And I was like, God, that's horrible. But then I thought, if someone puts up with your ass for 60 years of their life, folks, 60 years, they might deserve to be the person to put you to bed. And even better, I thought for just a moment, maybe that was all they could still do together. So I wrote this little love song about them. It's called Malice.
Yeah. leg and broken hand to taste the air. I can stand him in the eye, and I could make him wanna die, but it won't change the way I feel inside. Take it away, Dan. We'll be riding beneath the trees, late among the stars, on the green. Maybe Dornland, that's the place we're meant to lie. Oh, the true love, well, is I. That lay the voice in heaven high, so we could die. I can hold you through the night, and we'd be gone by the morning light. But it might change the way we feel inside. I would hold you through the night, and we'd be gone by the morning light. But it might change the way we feel inside.
Y'all so much. Sound guy, because I changed the guitars, my guitar got so loud it like almost broke my ears. Can we check that real quick? Give me 1 second, folks. The masters are changing guitars from a passive to a battery powered pickup. Remember, folks, we tune because you care.
Can we get more bass in the drum wedge?
I think that's going to be fine, man. Thank you so much. And if not, we'll just turn it up. All right, folks, this next song is very important to me. It's probably why half of y'all are here. It's the first song we released with our record last year. It was called Son of Sin. Son of Sin is very important to me. Son of Sin is much more than just a joke. If my dad went straight to hell, then I'm Son of Sin. It's much more than that, folks, because I am Son of Sin for a very important reason. I am a man that cannot be bought, I cannot be sold, I cannot be packaged, and I am not trying to do something that's been around for 78 years. I am doing what I want for my future generations of my family to take back our dignity and not be told what we're supposed to do. I wrote this song directly talking to the people in Nashville. I love my town. I'm born in Nashville, Tennessee, and it means the world to me, and I will probably die on that dirt, but that dirt will probably by that time be all hot chicken and bachelorettes. So, you know, and not one piece about country music. And it's broken my heart. I've seen Ernest Tubbs' store be torn down into the ground and pulled up and turned into, I don't even know, some monstrosity to jack off some other country artist, not somebody that helped build Nashville. And I wrote this song talking to those people because I wanted those people to know from day one that I will never be that person, and I never will be. And I love all of you so much for being here. Thank you. We love you too. Get back and on again, 'cause I'm just another old son of sand. I'm just another old son that's been broke. That's like a bottle of praise in my kin. It ain't matter where you've been, 'cause I'm just another old son of sand. There I thought I might talk with you. Said the problem it's always been, 'cause you ain't listening and I can't swim. Come over and watch me cry. Speak a few words that go through my mind. Might hate it, might make you grin. See what you're a strange man. Get back and on again. I'm just another old song still. I'm just another old song still. Change my mind. The snakes and ladders slow down time. Young twirls and dark-lit men at corner tables are my dear friends. Play something in a fiddle line. Speak like whispers of downtown's prime. Different days they've come again. Born like smoke or wake bears jam. Get back and on again. I'm just another on the song sin. I'm just another old son of sand. I'm just another old son that's been broke. That's like a bottle of praise in my kin. It ain't a matter where you've been, 'cause I'm just another old son of sand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah! Fuck it out! Let's go! Bangers! Yeah!
This next song I wrote about some of the people I grew up with down in the South. I believe there's a lot of things in the South that we get judged for, and we get told that, we're either ignorant or we don't understand something, and a lot of that can be true, but I do also believe that there's some really great people down there, and we've showed that really great people can come from the South. And Southerners, I like to believe, are like steel. That the harder you beat us down, the harder you break us down, the harder you assume you can melt us down, we become stronger than that. And I've lost quite a few people in my life. I'm only in my early 30s, but I've buried a lot of my friends. And a lot of those people, they just couldn't handle it. But, there's nothing wrong with that, folks. But I want you to know, people can say whatever they want about the South, but I think it's some of the best people in the world. I've been to several countries, I've lived all over, and it's still my favorite place to be. And if you ever had people tell you it's bad being a Southerner, well, this song is a big old fuck you to them.
Fuck 'em! Yeah, yeah! Woo! Yeah, yeah! Fuck 'em!
They got you picking lines out of cocaine, plugging up the holes in your brain, wondering when it's all gonna change.
naming all the demons you've slain. Hey, hey. But Lefty killed the law at the door, hoping there would be no more. Too bad 10 came to settle the score. He just didn't seem to care anymore. It don't change. He's in our dreams. Learn to despair. It blooms haggard schemes. When you're faced an awful chore, don't implore your darkest sore. I've been there before. Noah could steal for the town. It was just enough to keep it all down. The county ran it in the damn ground, and now he's got to hold up stores or he'll drown. Well, Margaret thought the Ted would shoot straight, chomping out the riverbend gate. He was just there to take her fate, and on the next bus with a kid on the way. But it don't change. He's in our dreams. So learn to despair. It blooms haggard schemes. 'Cause when you're faced an awful chore, don't implore your darkest sore. I've been there before. Don't implore your darkest sore. Been there before.
Thank y'all so much. It's all about the love, folks. We love y'all so much. We appreciate y'all so much for being here and rocking out with us. Like I said, most of the songs we're playing tonight came from our record, which just came out. If you want to support us, you can go over there and get it. We got it on vinyl and CDs and whatnot. You can take us home. Not us, but you can sure take that home. Daniel says for the right price. Me, I'm a pretty cheap date, but you know, Daniel, I guess you got to pay him. You're going to be alone with me for a minute, folks. We're going to get the boys back up here, but now it's going to get weird.
Is that a promise?
Every day of my life, brother. I wrote this next song about a man, not your average man, mind you, folks, but a man that was very sick. So I'm not the biggest fan of murder culture, folks, because I believe it praises people that are rapists and killers and people that hurt innocent people for enjoyment, and no one should praise those people. I'm a big fan of last podcast on the left. Hail yourself. And the reason I like those guys is because they talk about what fucking morons those people are. They teach you about them to show you why they're fucking morons. And there's one specific man in this world, though, that I wrote a song about, but it's not to praise what he did, because he did horrible things, Mr. Richard Chase. But Richard Chase was very sick. Richard Chase was a sick man. Most killers are not innocent because they hide what they do. If you're really sick, you wouldn't hide what you did because you didn't think it was wrong. So that kind of defeats the purpose of being unstable, because you know you did something wrong. Richard Chase was a man that spent half his life in an institution because he believed he had a rare blood disease, folks. He believed if he didn't drink fresh blood every single day, his organs would melt away and he would die. Now, this didn't exist. Poor Richard was crazy at a time where schizophrenia was not licensed. We didn't really know what it was yet. We just were just like, oh, well, your life's over. So they put this guy away. They put him in a mental institution for many, many years, and they always asked him, well, Richard, what would you do if we let you go? He's like, well, I would eat people to fix my blood condition to live forever. He was 6'7" and had a very weird high voice. That's why he sounds like that. But Richard, you know, if you're an average person and you had to choose to let Richard go, you'd probably be like, yeah, let's not let him go. But The American mental system is disgusting, folks. It's still disgusting, and there's a lot of people that need help that don't get it. I've lost a lot of friends that same way, and it's fucked, man. And this was in 1978. And in 1978, this man was let go because they didn't want to pay for his care. And he went and bought a handgun, was allowed to buy a handgun, and had been violently charged in a mental institution for half his life, and then went and killed an entire family and ate a little boy. And the American government, you would think, would have gotten in trouble for this, right? Well, no, because a week later, John Wayne Gacy got charged. And they're like, well, look at the guy in the clown suit. Don't worry about our fuck up. But I wrote the song about Richard, folks. And like I said, I don't praise what Richard did, but I do want everyone to know, if you need help, go get it, because there's nothing wrong with needing help. And I was just taking a shortcut. I'm gonna lick my hands and hold what's been dripping from these glands to this cursed man. I love to drink in the Sacramento sunshine. And I was driving Grandma's short bus with a thermos full of hare's blood. And I bought a 22 and I knocked it just for you, right around my hand to make this stand come true. I needed to scrape their veins to make my eye cord change from seething cause. Dick pain, vamp is a word that's lame, but you, yes you do, make this hunger see right through. Ooh, you do. Ooh. It's killing birds right up behind them. I didn't know the mess I shaved it. Send me home to mom and dad. I list all the friends I had, and why they had to leave so very soon. Now it shines at all the pet stores. I ran out of lies to get more, and I swear they meant no harm. Had to shoot them in my heart, 'cause if I don't, my heart will shrink away. Needed to scrape their veins to make my cord change from seething cause. Dick pain, vamp was a word that's lame, but you, yes you do, make this hunger seep right through. Ooh, you do. Ooh. Cops caught me at the front door. I sentenced to gas fund no more. I was found in the first degree, no insanity plea. To wish strike away, they said I paid that cost. Now there's a shitty present Christmas, but took to ways the times that changed this. My final meal was pills. I'd have preferred David Spills, but now I'm here to lift into the night. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, it never set right in my life. Even songs like Cocaine Blues, I love Johnny Cash, but it's not a very nice song about shooting a lady in the face and just being an asshole. So I always like do a little pretext on that one. I don't think people like that are cool. I just think it's pretty cool. The American government's so fucking stupid and we still haven't killed them. But you can kill people and they'll let you go all day. Let's play one more fun little song and we'll get the band back up here, folks. So I'm a big fan of a couple of people. I have a lot of fun little influences, but one of my favorite influences in this world is a man named John Prine. And if you like John Prine, I'm going to sing one of Mr. Prine's tunes for y'all tonight. I spent a little bit of my life, I've done a lot of wandering. I couldn't tell you exactly that I knew where I was going, but I spent a lot of time going places. An old friend of mine was actually in the crowd tonight, and there was many a night I slept on many a floor and showed a place and then disappeared and came back many months later. But after a while of doing that, I ended up in Mexico for a bit. I spent some time down south and I met some friends and I learned quite a bit. But down there, this song for Mr. Prine was always how I didn't feel too far away from home, and I hope y'all like it.
Well, it got so hot last night, I swear, you could barely breathe. Heat lightning burnt the skies like alcohol. I sat on the porch without my shoes and I watched the cars roll by, and the headlights danced to the corner of the kitchen wall. Mama dear, your boy is here, far across the sea, waiting for that secret chord that burns inside of me. Well, I feel a storm, it's a wet and warm night, 10 miles away, approaching my Mexican home. God, I cried, it's so hot outside, you could die in the living room. Take the fan from the window, prop the door right back with a broom. Cuckoo clock, well he's died of shock, and the windows feel no pain, and the air's as still as the throttle on the funeral train. Mama dear, your boy is here, far across the sea, waiting for that secret chord that burns inside of me. Oh, I feel the storm that's all wet and warm night, 10 miles away, approaching my Mexican home. Well, my father died on the porch outside on an August afternoon. Said bourbon and cried with my friend by the line of the moon. Hurry, hurry, or step right up, it's a matter of life or death. Well, the sun's going down, but the moon's just holding its breath. Mama dear, your boy is here, far across the sea, waiting for that secret chord that burns inside of me. Oh, I feel a storm, it's a wet and warm night, 10 miles away, approaching my Mexican home. Approaching my Mexican home. Approaching my Mexican home.
We miss you, John.
Yeah!
Hold on, before y'all come up here, I'm gonna do one more by myself. So I wasn't gonna do one by myself. but I'm just gonna do it because I want to. We're gonna change things a little bit, boys. I'm gonna play y'all a song I barely played for anyone. But I wrote this song because recently I was part of the last Nashville Boogie. Like I mentioned earlier, they were tearing down Ernest Stubbs record shop. He was a man born in Texas, similar to John Prine, a man not from Tennessee, but spent a third of his life making Nashville a better place. And I wrote this song because it broke my heart to be able to stand in that man's building and see a place where he never really went to Ernest Stubbs' shop for the best records, and you never really went there because it had the best selection or the things you wanted, but you went there because a man that had no reason to care about Tennessee did, and he died and spent a third of his life trying to make it better. And it really made me sad they're gonna tear it down. Fucking another stupid bar that doesn't make sense down on Broadway. There's a fucking Taco Bell down there. There's a fucking Apple store down there. I'm not joking. Yeah, okay. Sbarro's is okay because it was there first. It was actually there, man. I'm talking about actual Broadway. Actual Broadway is, there should be none of that shit there, man. And if anybody thinks they will, I will personally kill you. But I will write, this next song is about my feelings about that. Like I said, Son of Sin is, well, see folks, it's more than just rocks. My family died building 2nd Avenue. So I care very much about that little strip of town, and it really breaks my heart to see it turned into something that's only about money, not about music. It's not just a street to walk on, and I'm not just a guy that lives there. Literally, the blood of my family is stained on those streets. So it means a lot to me. And I wrote this song kind of about that, about old Ernest. They cut off Ernest's head, old hairs from his head, tear off the last legs to amuse thee, to walk through all the stairs, to change all that was there, for dime store will and fair, just to lose me. Or is it just the cross, the stem, the loss of time? Is it just a fit to tear in these founding lines? If this is just a phase, then when's my rage to find? Well, I'm inclined to free that line. Circle drew in airs, soft skin and real fresh hair, to beat the conscience bare like a muse whose fleas a bush into the hand, to loosen racist bands, to take care of these fans that would brew these streets. Or is it just a cross to dare the loss of time? If this is just a phase, then when's my race to find? Why did the only thing that held me down that night? I'm inclined to free that line. Happened to this land will surely come again, to east and western bands, and then you'll see. Thank y'all. Let's get the band up here. That's a new one, folks. I'm still working on it, but you know, I've only played that for a couple of people. Yeah, I don't care that you move there, folks. I don't care that anyone moves to Nashville. I do care that people move to Nashville and they want to destroy it and then bitch about it sucking.
Deep down he could deliver. On he's reaching round his hand through the quiver. And that sound made the air shiver. And she'd been waking like a dog in the winter. And that arrow went straight through her liver. It went deep down.
Hell yeah!
This next song is one of the few actually tonight that's not on the old record, and I grew up in the punk rock community, folks. Like I said, an old friend of mine is out in the crowd, a man that I spent many years hanging out with in the old punk scene, and this community of the punk rock scene was always my most important thing in the world. The biggest thing I get mad about Nashville these days is we used to have over 15 house shows in our town. Now there's 0 because every single one got complained into the dirt and torn down. And people are like, where's the music? It's like, well, y'all killed it. But the house show scene is one of my favorite things in the whole fucking world. I would not be here playing music for you. I might be related to Hank Williams, but I would not be here making music with you without the punk rock community. So I play y'all one of my favorite country music songs, but let's listen instead to one of my favorite punk rock songs by a great guy named HR. HR was a really talented guy. He did things that nobody said he could do. He changed what racism was in DC, and he gave a voice to punk rockers that were just called dirty kids. And I have a funny little story about HR, kids. I once got to see Mr. HR, and he had this fun little plastic bag with a crown. And I shit you not, a crown. And I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting. And he was at a Dag Nasty Revival show in DC, and I was like, what's the bag for, man? And he's like, oh, God's in here. And I was like, can I see? And he looked at me, he looked at the bag, he picked up the crown, and he put it back. He said, no. And I always thought that was fucking one of the coolest things that ever happened to me. I get to play with him this year. He's playing at Muddy Roots, which is a festival in my state. And he will be rocking out with his new band, and I'm very happy to see him. I don't know if I'll play this song for him, because he famously doesn't like people to cover his work. But here's my favorite Bad Brain song, folks.
You don't want me anymore. So I'll just walk right out that door. Lady came from the start. I trust you and use me, and now my heart is torn apart. Oh, I'm saving, I'm saving, I'm home. Oh, I'm moving, and I'm moving, I'm home. Sail on, sail on, sail on, sail on. Trying to see if I give up. There wasn't any love. That's the back to life. That's the game is right. Everything is always right. Oh, I'm sailing on. Oh, I'm moving on. Sail on, sail on, sail on, sail on. Oh, I'm sailing on. Yeah, I'm moving on. Sail on, sail on, sail on, sail on. Well, too many years, too many tears, too many things, too much to say. Where will we go? There's none to show. And that's the fate of what we know.
Thank y'all so much. And thank you again to everybody that played with us tonight. We do appreciate the hell out of y'all rocking out with us. Let's play a drinking song. Cheers, Richmond. Raise it up if you got it. Thank y'all so much. I was like, my guitar player disappeared.
I was drinking too.
I thought I was a magician for a second. That's next year, folks.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Wait. All right. Let's do it, boys. Well, I've been drinking sad again. Leaving this band-aid out of jail. With my brother stacked in jail. Sort of made black to gray. And I've been wandering through the trail. Hoping that you turn well. But now it seems I'm turning pale. Like the folks who float the hell. How did you even think of me? Wondering who that you believe. Of the life we could save. Lightning cracking through the trees. Make me cry once. I own photos to thrill, just to burn them down again. His eyes are full to feed your will. Stay stacked to feed my bill. And now the bar stool like a crow. Never game ain't quite so. But it ain't better, could you know? Heard it all, no flow. Now I've been drinking out of jail. This been made out of jail. With my brother's second jail. Over me like new grail. Well, I've been drinking sad again. Now the fool things are well, Thanks a lot.
Bring it on, yeah. Woo!
Ooh.
Yeah.
If you've ever fucked up with somebody, the best thing you can do sometimes is just admit that it happened. I spent many years of my life with a wonderful person that I still care very much about, but things just don't work out sometimes, folks. And as that person walked out the door, they looked me in the face and they said something that I will never forget. They said, "Son, you're full of stems and cigarette ends." And I thought that was one of the most interesting things anyone in this world has ever said to me. So much so that I wrote this song about it. But just remember, folks, don't dwell on it. If it's gone, all you can do is learn from it and hope that the next one might work out.
Let it fucking go. Woo! Yeah. Hell yeah.
Tell me, Jackson,
Let's play a game, folks. I love games. So not many people raise their hand, but I'm sure more will for this one. Who's ever gotten your ass kicked? And don't be a fucking liar. There we go. All right. See, more honest people. Some of y'all don't want to admit it yet. Everyone's gotten their ass kicked. But one day you'll be comfortable with it, folks. Just getting your ass kicked is important. Because the thing about getting your ass kicked, folks, is sometimes it can show you might think you're real hot shit, but you need to realize it's not. It's way more cool to be, like, nice than be tough or think you're cool, you know? And I think sometimes everyone in life, especially when they're younger, needs to get knocked on their ass once or twice to learn that. Because friends are way cooler than having people fear you. And this is a song that's about the many years of me getting in fights and learning that it ain't worth shit. This southern town, I don't care what's falling around. Oh, that's the life of this southern town, and that's the life of this southern town. So go stand your ground. Oh, 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 oh. Thank y'all so very much. We got a few more for you. Thank you again for being here and rocking out with us. We love all of you so much. I wrote this next song with one of my favorite people in the world. Her name is Miss Jamie Wyatt. She's a country singer, and she stands up for a lot of things that I also agree with and support. And Jamie and I have a belief too that if you really want to be with somebody, if you really want to love someone, and you really want to have somebody be with you, you gotta let them know how fucked up you are, folks. And I'm not saying that as a joke, I'm being honest. There's so many people who are like, oh, I went out with this person, and then I freaked out, and they left, and I hate them. And it's like, dude, you should just let them know you're crazy. It works out for me all the time. So, just remember, folks, if you don't think you're out there for someone, or you just don't think you can find somebody, maybe just tell them that you're fucked. Tell them about the weird thing in the closet. Tell them about the problem you have. Tell them about the tick you have. Tell them that you might secretly, fight crime. Who knows? Just remember, Dartman, exactly. Some people might just love that. And me and Jamie wrote this little tune about that, because I believe, folks, People can't help you put together the broken pieces to build the mirror if you don't show them that you're broken.
Woo! Yeah. Right on, brother.
Juliet, green doors, and lacquered bathroom tile, and open arms to grow. Same old halfway smile. See you sex and penny skips. Got my dress, gold rims, whistling Dixie, no cane, with folded sugar left tips. Shadows on the hill was never my will. Something of madness upon my windowsill is all I could take. This darkness every day, spinning like a queen, 'cause together we're safe. I'm trying to find the day with not much to say. I got some keys and coins, not enough to pay. I can reach your shores, read them Marvin Gaye. You see these cracks, look me up there.
We got two more for you. Thanks again, Richmond. Y'all have been great. I love playing here. Y'all are damn fine. Thanks again for hanging out with us.
Very much.
Thanks again to the Canal Club. I ain't seen no canal, but I definitely like the club. That's clown humor, folks. It's supposed to be bad jokes. Real quick, let's tell a bad joke. What do you call it when a caveman farts? A blast from the past. One more. One more. Why did the professional skier go to college? Because knowledge is powder, folks. Let's get back to music before y'all leave. But goddamn, do I love telling bad jokes. All right, this next song, well, what are we caught on down here? What is he building? What's he building? All right, that's good enough for me. We're gonna play a song, like I said, the punk rock community, folks. It's always taught me so many great things. So many people I thought I would never get to speak to or talk to. And I've met so many great folks in that community that sit down with me and give me time of day. And I will always do the same for anyone that loves my music. But there's one very special band from the Pennsylvania area. They were a group called the Dead Milkmen. I love these boys because they did not wear your punk uniform. They didn't look like a certain punk. They kind of did exactly what they wanted. And I think they wrote one of the best songs ever about bringing a gal home to the folks that the folks didn't expect to meet. And it's called Punk Rock Girl. One Saturday I took a walk to Zipper Hill. Met a girl there and she almost knocked me dead. Punk rock girl, please look at me like what you see. We'll travel around the world, oh, around me, punk rock girl. I tapped her on the shoulder and said, do you have a phone? She looked at me and smiled and said she did not know. Punk rock girl, get me changed. Let's go slam down. We'll dress like many girls. Oh, you're for me, rock girl. Yeah, we went to Philippines Company and ordered some tea. The waitress said, I'm sorry, we've only got it iced. So we jumped up on the table and shouted an arcade. And someone started playing the Beach Boys on the jukebox. It was California dreaming. And so they started screaming on such a winter's day. They took me to her parents for Sunday meal. Her father took one look at me, he began to squeal. Punk rock girl, it makes no sense, your dad is the Australian game. Rich as the Duke of World, oh, you're for me, punk rock girl. Yeah, we went to the mall and laughed at all the shoppers and security guards tailed us out to the record shop. We asked for Mojo Nixon. They said he don't work here. You ain't got Mojo Nixon, then your soul can use some fixing. We jumped right in her car, away we started rolling. I said, how much you paid for this? Said, nothing, babe, it's stolen. Punk rock girl, you are so wild. Let's have a child. We'll name her Minnie Pearl. Oh, you and me. Hugs banana swirl. Oh, you're for me. We'll travel around the world. Oh, you and me. Punk rock girl. Oh, punk rock girl.
like that.
Yeah.
Love ya. Love all of ya. We got one more, folks. If anyone ever said you were too dirty, well, guess what? I don't think anyone can get out of this world without having a little filth on them. And I wrote this next song, and I never intended to actually show it to anybody. I wrote it with fun with my friend David Talley here, and another good friend of mine who can't be here today, and we wrote this song and never really intended to show it to anybody because it was kind of a joke. But it became something I went home and worked on and thought about, and I was like, oh man, well, I guess it's gonna go on the record. And it did go on the record. If you've listened to the record, remember, if you haven't, we've got one over there, folks. But we put one song on the record that's a little different than the rest, and I had the best time putting it on there. And you know, sometimes you just don't just want to make a country record, folks. You just want to make an everything record. And this song goes out to all of you dirty-hearted punk rockers, because I'm the same way, and I love you too. Family. Let's do it. Back to mother, mama in the bacon grease. Gonna find my home, gonna make my leave. St. Christopher laying down my neck. You gonna see that hair, gonna rock your neck. Well, I got cars and I got scars, gonna tear my nails and gonna rip your soul. Well, nothing like the losers, you got nothing to spare. Right now, got a level and a soft place there. I just all know we roll down, cause the way this world's gonna go myself. Party apple on that land, I ain't got no shame to give away no friend. Give my coffee and a drink instead, you gotta shake that ass while I get ready. Girls in stores to settle scores from eating window pane and screaming on my floor. Well, nothing in the losing, you got nothing to spare. Crash, double level, level, some police there. Body dollar, no more these clothes down. The way this world gonna go out there. Thank you. We are for the Spring Camp from Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you so much.